It's finally momentum in his direction.
But Lashley just too powerful. Ali had to realize when he issued the challenge that he had to be prepared for Bobby Lashley's superhuman power. There is no match for the Almighty.
Grief!
Well, this one's as good as over.
Decapitating Mustafa Ali. Everyone makes choices in life. Mustafa Ali chose to call out Bobby Lashley. Gotta wonder if he's regretting that choice right now.
United States champion, completely dominant on Mustafa Ali. And Corey, I want to correct you from earlier on. Ali never was a cruiserweight champion, but that also speaks to the desire that Ali has to be a champion and how hard he continues to work to reach that point.
I never said that. I don't know what you're listening to, Saxton. Let's take a look at the power of the Almighty. Just driving Ali's spine first into the turnbuckle.
He's a technician, known for his creative offense, his athleticism, but right now, Bobby Lashley has done a great job of making this about toe-to-toe power, and he's always going to win that battle.
Listen, Lashley competes every week with a major chip on his shoulder, with something to prove to the entire world.
This might be finished. Cover, shoulders down.
And that's what's driven Mustafa Ali to this point in his career. The perpetual, always a bridesmaid, never the bride, for lack of a better example, as we look again at the power of the Almighty, driving the challenger face first into the center of the canvas.
The thing about Lashley's been pushed almost on a weekly basis. He's faced the likes of AJ Styles, The Miz, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley gets better each and every week.
Mustafa Ali is a tough competitor, a very, very tough individual, as the Almighty has designs on something big, something spectacular, and something that will end this match for sure.
Looking for the superplex. Mustafa Ali fighting like he knows this might be it.
Ali doing whatever it takes to preserve himself in this precarious position. Now Ali all alone on the top rope.
Oh! He might have just broken Lashley's arm.
You might be right, Corey.
Bobby Lashley's arm has got to be broken in two right now.
This could be huge for Ali if he can capitalize.
This is Mustafa Ali's moment. You're absolutely right, Byron. This could be it.
What an incredible upset this would be.
A weakened champion, a one-arm champion right now.
An unexpected gift, perhaps, or maybe not. A one-arm Bobby Lashley, just as dangerous.
To the cover, hook in the leg.
Oh, that was close.
Bobby Lashley.
The champion almost looks bewildered. Look at this once again. Mustafa Ali, tremendous precision. 50 splash. That's going to hyperextend Lashley's elbow. And I'm surprised Lashley's arm isn't broken in two right now. The fact that the Almighty is still attempting to utilize both arms, truly spectacular.
Muscling up Mustafa Ali.
Face down, that's got to be it. Looking to finish it. No.
Still, again, another perplexed look on the face of the United States champion.
There comes a time when heart is a detriment. You might be getting there with Mustafa Ali. Refusing to be counted down.
Ali's heart has gotten him to this point. How much does Mustafa Ali have left in the tank? Could tonight be the night?
He wanted to skip the line. He found out what it's like being next for Bobby Lashley.
You need to stay down. Stay down. You don't want this. Just stay down.
Oh, I would not have done that. I would not have done that if you're Ali.
Ali going to incur the wrath of the almighty United States champion.
We heard tough words of, sounded like mercy from Bobby Lashley, and mercy is not on the table now.
As we say earlier, you don't need to give Bobby Lashley a reason to be even more aggressive.
He went inside, broke the count in order to go out and do more damage to Mustafa Ali. Didn't want to win by count out.
No, it's more than just winning now for Lashley. It's about hurting. Mustafa Ali.
Not just talking to Mustafa Ali, but talking to anybody else who would challenge the Almighty.
Take a look at this impact into the ring post. Mustafa Ali spinning like a helicopter, and it's about to get worse if you can believe that.
What else is the United States champion thinking?
This would have been an easy count out.
Bobby Lashley feels disrespected. Mustafa Ali stepped up to the plate, and to this point, Lashley has been unable to shut him down, but forget it.
Bobby's just got to go inside and take the count.
Well, is Lashley, okay, now Lashley instructing our official, count Ali out. I don't think there's any way Ali makes it back inside the ring.
This is the closest thing to mercy you'll see out of Bobby Lashley. Allowing Mustafa Ali to drag himself out of St. Paul, Minnesota tonight.
And Ali won't quit. Ali is continuing to crawl. The referee up to 8.
You gotta
2 more
respect
seconds.
Ali's heart, but tonight ain't the night.
He made it. Ali made
Barely.
it.
Why? But why?
Bobby Lashley cannot believe what he just saw. Stay out for 1 more second and it's over with.
That's not how Ali's wired.
Determination in human form. That's what we're seeing tonight from Mustafa Ali, but
Well, looks like Lashley is ready to close this thing out.
determination has its limits. Beautiful spear!
That has gotta be it. I don't know how Mustafa Ali can take any more.
Oh, it's only over till Lashley says it's over, Corey.
That means arms up, looking for the hurt lock. 1, 2, and it's in! Who's on top? He's out, he's out. Refusing to submit, but still a win.
By submission, the United States Champion, the Almighty Bobby Lashley.
We talked at the beginning of the match about how the ring in the center of the arena is the Almighty's happy place. But tonight, Mustafa Ali found out firsthand, when it comes to Lashley, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
110% from Mustafa Ali wasn't enough tonight because that's what he gave.
Look, if nothing else, you take away the fact that Mustafa Ali has incredible heart, incredible desire to make a name for himself here on Raw. I think Lashley appreciates the effort that we saw.
Rollins! Seth frickin' Rollins in the ring! No! Stop!
What is this for?
Well, after their last encounter, Rollins believes he is the uncrowned United States champion. Had it not been for Matt Riddle.
Did Rollins have enough problems to worry about?
Don't do this!
On the title!
On the belt! Oh!
Lashley never saw Rollins coming.
Because he's not involved in the match. Had nothing to do with it. Bobby Lashley had no reason to believe Seth Rollins was getting involved here, and there he is.
Bobby Lashley knows full well that as United States champion, he walks around Monday Night Raw with a gigantic target on his back. And tonight, Rollins hit the bullseye.
Really, what is Rollins looking at now?
Oh, no.
Ali, no, come on!
Just for spite. Stomping the head of Mustafa Ali right to the floor. Well, we have to get order restored here because it's going to be Seth freaking Rollins face to face with Matt Riddle, and they cannot touch one another on Monday Night Raw next.